Hey, we're live. It worked. Yay. Even after the break, it worked. Good to be back. Welcome to the Focus Show, episode 36 already after the summer break. And we're back with two amazing experts, Karin and Andi. Would you please introduce yourself, Andi? Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi. Yeah, sure. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world joining us. I am a mindset coach, and I help people make shifts in their mindset and in their thinking in order to drive high performance and transformational change, and of course, to achieve their goals and achieve successful results. And I do that using a range of tools from the world of psychology, coaching, NLP, primarily focusing on mindset, ways to really attack those unhelpful thoughts and beliefs that hold us back and keep us stuck.
Right. Super important. Mindset. That's why the first topic after the break is mindset, because without the right mindset, in my opinion, I don't think you can achieve anything.
Right. They say the experts, the research shows 80% of success is having the right psychology and the right mindset. The rest is strategy and follow through.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And what are you going to share with us today, Andi?
I'm going to share with you a couple of tools from the world of NLP to help you master your mindset around any goal that you are currently working on.
Around any goal?
Okay. Any goal.
Good.
Same tool, very versatile.
That's a bold promise. All right, we'll to it. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Well, welcome, Andi. How do you Saitowitz?
Saitowitz, and it's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Very welcome. And where are you based?
I'm currently in Tel Aviv. I'm originally from South Africa, and I'm now in Israel.
Oh, wow. You're a multi-culti global citizen. All right. Thank you. So back to you, Karin. Karin 7. Can you tell us a little more about you, what you do?
Yes. Hello. I'm based here in Berlin. I'm a performance coach and a coach for personal development. So everything what you come up when you are on the stage or when you are acting in your business, I think it is very important what you think about yourself, how your mindset is really, how your mindset is. And I want to talk today about a proactive mindset, which is supporting you in your private life as well as in your business life.
Private and business.
Yes, because I believe if you do not have your right mindset in your private life, you are the same person privately as in business. Maybe you play a different part, but I guess
it's very loud when you're typing.
Yes, I hear it too.
Okay, so I have to mute you. Oh, sorry to interrupt. Yes, go ahead, Karin.
Yeah. I think you are the same person. You just maybe step in a different role when you are in business, but every value, every possibility you have is the same thing privately as in business.
Oops, sorry. That's what happens when you don't mute your phone. Yes, exactly. You're the same person, and you take yourself with you everywhere you go. So it doesn't really
exactly
matter.
So you have to have it. You cannot install it in the moment you need it. That's too late. You have to be ready on the point. So I think you have to be clear about a good mindset from the very beginning in your private life.
Yes, 100%. And it doesn't make sense to separate the two. So kind of like, okay, I'm going to get trained on my business mindset while my personal mindset is down the drain.
I think this was years ago when people believed that they really can separate it. But I believe this is not true. I think you have to have the possibility to feel your power right in the moment and not to work it out, in a certain moment. You have to have it present with you.
Yes, very true. Okay, thank you. I'm going to shift the frame here to this.
Okay.
Because Karin, you were only visible halfway. All right. Okay. So very looking forward to this, supporting your mindset and using NLP to reach any goals. So back to you, Andi. Would you share your tools with us, please? Or by the way, if you're watching right now, can you put a comment in the chat and let us know where you're dialing in from? And yeah, your name. That'd be great. Thank you. All right, Andi. What have you brought to the table? Oh, hold on. She's muted. I have to get back into the... There you go.
Okay, the first tool that I would love to share with all of you is what I refer to as a triangle. And what this tool does is, if you could imagine a triangle, slicing the triangle this way into 6 different layers, it is really important, no matter what goal you are working on, whether it is something in your career and your professional life, or something around your health and your wellness and your fitness, perhaps a hobby that you would love to explore or develop, perhaps a relationship that you would really love to strengthen and deepen, or even a competency within yourself, whether it's to be more confident or to work on your emotional intelligence, to become more of an effective time manager. It doesn't matter. What's important is to understand what needs to happen in your mind at the 6 different levels of real, effective, and sustainable transformation. And so how we divide this triangle is at the very top of the triangle, we call that the vision. And the vision is where you activate your dreamer's mindset, where your mindset is one of possibility. And usually when we are working on a goal, our mindsets decide to get all jumbled up and confused. So what lands up happening is we've got the part of ourselves that wants to visualize and dream and look at the bigger picture. And immediately, before even giving ourselves enough time or permission to explore what that could look like, we jump into the practicalities of, how am I going to do that? What do I need to do? And suddenly we're very strategic and down to earth. And we haven't given the dreamer's mindset enough time to formulate and crystallize what is it that it really wants. And that clarity is very important to our success. And then at the same time that we've jumbled up our dreamer's mindset and our realistic, practical mindset, out comes the critical mindset, which starts to bring up all the fears and doubts and excuses and what could go wrong and why it won't work.
Okay, so can I ask you
what lands?
Yeah. So you're saying whenever you have a goal, like you do this triangle, like you said, 6 layers, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you start with the vision? You start with the top?
I start with the end in mind. Absolutely. We work backwards. We start with the end in mind, really getting clear on what is the well-formed outcome that we ultimately want to accomplish. Because once that is so clear in our minds, we then have a goalpost to work towards. So we've got to start with the end in mind and give ourselves permission to dream and visualize and imagine what that would look like, as if it's already happened, as if we've already achieved it.
Very important, I think. Yes, clarity is key.
Yes.
You don't know where you're going.
Clarity is key. Clarity is key. And it's very difficult to get that clarity when you're constantly trying to be practical and strategic and work on the how until you've got clear on the what.
Okay.
So the first top layer is your vision, and that is you getting clear on what is it exactly that I want.
Right. And
one step down,
practicality that comes in here.
Oh no, further down. We're not practical yet. So the next layer is identity. And identity refers to, who do I want to become? Who is my future self? When I have achieved the outcome that I can visualize up here in vision, who is that woman? Who do I need to become? Who is the woman who lives that life? Who is the woman who is fulfilling that outcome? What is she like? How do I define her? How do I describe her? What is her belief system? What is her inner dialogue? What is her narrative? What are some of her helpful, positive, empowering thoughts that enable her to generate action that helps her achieve that vision? So it's really important to also tap into who I want to become in order to actually start to shape and formulate that identity. And obviously, we're ultimately aiming for alignment between all 6 layers. So who I become is going to support the vision that I'm ultimately striving to create in my life.
Right. Super.
Down a level is my value.
Hold on, Andi. Let's
Okay.
to the audience for I have some feedback here. Thank you. By the way, super interesting and helpful. Aligns totally with what I believe in. So I'm glad for this framework. It's a very nice framework so far. We only have 2 steps. Welcome, Kyle. Yes, thank you. The show's back. Yay. Just need to mute phones and keyboards. Yes, sorry about that. Super critical as always. Welcome, Katie. Welcome, Alexandra. Welcome, Tiffany. Welcome, Mindy. So glad to see you. If you have any questions, please just butt in and put them in the comments on Facebook below, and we'll get back to them as soon as we can, or immediately, pretty much. All right, so we have the 2 levels. So vision, start with vision. Here I am. Start with vision and identity, who you need to be or become in order to get to your goal. Okay.
Yep.
Now we have Linda. She managed to join us. Hold on, let me put her on the show as well. Welcome, Linda.
Good morning.
Hi, Linda.
How are you?
Hey, I'm glad you could make it. Very good. Thank you.
Me
All right,
too.
proceed with the show. I'll get back to you when we're
Okay.
and we don't want to interrupt. All right, so we have the 2 levels, 6 levels of transformation, top 2 vision, identity, and back to you, Andi, please.
Okay, so the 3rd level is our values, and our values refer to why this is important to us. Why does this goal even matter? What is the underlying driving force and fuel and motivation and purpose behind me wanting to achieve this goal or make this change? And we know that values are our most reliable source of motivation because they connect us to why we do what we do. And anytime we are feeling depleted, or we don't have energy, or it gets difficult, or we forget why we're doing this, what really reinforces our fuel and our drive is connecting to our values. So before a person even does anything practical, the most powerful mindset reinforcement that needs to happen is knowing what, who, and why, knowing what I want and activating that dreamer's mindset in order to see that and conceptualize that, knowing who I want to become in terms of my identity and my future self, in terms of creating the person that is going to live that vision and embody that success. And then in terms of my values, really connecting in a very authentic and genuine way to why I care about why I'm doing this and what are some of the guiding lights that are reinforcing me and fueling my motivation moving forwards.
Right. Okay, good. So let's take a break and ask for some questions from the audience to this framework here. Do you have any questions to Andi or any other speakers? Do you have anything to add or contribute to this framework? Anything you'd like to say? I had to mute you, Linda, because it was giving bad feedback. So let me unmute you. Anybody would like to comment this? No? Okay. We'll wait for some questions from the audience. So then please continue, Andi. We need to wrap this up soon, so we need some room.
Okay. So we're almost done. Level 4 is now the practicality in terms of knowledge, behavior, knowledge, skills, capabilities, and that is asking how. What are some of the things that I may need to learn or strengthen or develop in order to support me honoring my values, becoming the person I want to become, and ultimately nailing my vision. One level down from that are your daily behaviors, your daily disciplines and habits. What do you need to do on an ongoing basis in order to really start taking meaningful and effective steps towards change? So that's what do I have to do on an ongoing, consistent basis? And that refers to, my scheduling, my time management, my daily tasks. What am I doing every single day in order to get me closer to where I want to ultimately be? And at the lowest level, level 6, is my environment and my immediate context. What do I need to change or adjust in my immediate space that could make a really significant difference in getting me started here and now? Sometimes it's just one thing. What is the first step that I am going to take here and now in my immediate context or environment in order to create a support system that is going to enable me and propel me forward?
Okay. So 4th level is how, 5th is the behavior, and 6th is the immediate steps.
The immediate steps, your proximal environment or context. We ultimately want to create an environment that is supportive.
Yeah, okay. Makes a really round picture. Okay, very nice.
Yes.
Thank you. Anything you would like to ask from the audience? Or anything you guys want to contribute, or your girls? By the way, we have 4 amazing women today. Yay! It's sometimes interesting how this happens. Mindset seems to be a female topic today. All right. Well, thank you very much. Yes, Mindy says the support system is the secret sauce. Yes.
Very often I have so many clients who've got everything in place for success.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there is something in their immediate space that is consistently sabotaging them and showing up as an obstacle in the way. So yes, every layer has to have alignment and reinforcement because they all support each other.
So, but the bottom one, the broadest one, is the support and the environment.
The support, yeah. Are you setting yourself up for success?
Yes. Are you sitting in a context of supportive people as well?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Your physical environment, your people, things that just need to change in your actual space. Yep.
Very good. All right. Wow, this is very useful. So it doesn't really matter what kind of a goal it is.
It doesn't matter what kind of a goal you have. It is the most versatile model, and it really makes sure that we are operating at all different levels. Because sometimes people dive into a goal and they straight away look at what do I need to learn or what should I do, but they don't connect it to a higher purpose or a grander vision. And if we're not connected to our values, then what is going to ensure that we keep on going when it gets tough?
Yes, very true. So it's top down, right?
Yes.
How you start.
Top down, bottom up, inside out, and outside in. It's a very systemic approach.
Okay, very good. All right, Liliana is joining. Would you guys put in the comments where you're from, please? So we know. I know Mindy is from Israel, Alexandra is from Germany, and Liliana, you were doing your hair. Okay, good. Thanks for letting us know. All right, our next speaker. Thank you very much, Andi, for this useful framework.
You're very welcome.
I think it's very, very helpful. So let's move to Karin. What did you bring to us today in terms of the mindset topic?
Yes, I can contribute to a lot what Andi said. So it's very similar what I have, but I maybe what I can put now to it is my perspective as an actor, as an actress towards that, because I was thinking I'm working as a coach since 25 years and an actress since 35. And what combines both is that we are looking for transformation. We are looking for transformation when we coach, when we work on mindset, because we want to come from, a so-called lower level, or a level where we do feel discomfort, to a more successful level. And as I said, it doesn't matter if it is about normal life or business life, private life or business life. We want to change. We want to have a transformation. And when in acting, it's also similar. There is a character which is written in the script, and you have to investigate that character, and figure out, how can I build this character up? So it's the same like Andi said, and I have that too. You want to visualize your best version, the best version of yourself. How can I be the best version? And in that moment, you are creating your own character. That means if I'm coaching people and they want to, in their business or as in personal development in their private life, want really to change, they want a change for better. So that means I have to see what is their best version of themselves. And that's the same thing as I said, as creating a character. And there you read the script many, many times in order to get facts. And then as an actor, you also put a lot of assumptions, which are your intuition, your feelings, your way of how you see the character, maybe with what is not in the script. And in business life, in real life, it's not so different, because the point is, you look at your life. What are the points, or what are the strong points? What are my capabilities? What are my resources? What do I already possess? What worked out for me? And now also, I think this is also very important to look at my results. What did I accomplish yet, and what didn't work? What couldn't I accomplish? Because from your results, you can also see where you are standing. You can see what is necessary to work on in order to get better results. Mm-hmm. So the point is, as I said, the actor looks at the script and tries to get some facts. The business person or the person in life is also looking, okay, what are my strong issues? What are my capabilities? What is there already as my treasures, my resources, which I can use for this character, for this best version of myself?
Okay.
What can I use? This is a very, very important aspect as an actor.
Okay.
As I said, I gather that all together. I ask about my character, which I'm inventing. What values, like Amy said, what values do I have?
Right.
What is the character's need? What do I need? Why do I need what I need? What is my tragic flaw? Why can't I achieve this goal? What's really going on? Where are the where is the sabotage? Where's the blockage?
Karin, can you hear me?
And so the good.
Can you hear me?
You want to say something? Yeah.
I would like to ask you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Karin can't hear me. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
I cannot hear you.
You can't. All right, I'm going to put it in the chat then. So my question to you is, can you see the chat? So is it safe to say that you can write your own script?
I can't hear you.
Here's my question. Let me put this question here on the screen. So write your own script, just like an actor looks at the script. What does my character have? So for your life or business, you have this vision of yourself or your business. So you're writing a script that you didn't follow. That's what I got. Is that correct, what you're saying? All right. Let me answer some questions here from the audience. Mindy says, I like this approach. Act it until you are it instead of fake it until you make it. Yes, thank you. Liliana says, I'm the best version of myself, helping to change the world one soul at a time. Yes, 100%. And I was asking, Liliana is working on level 6, the environment, because she got invited by someone to the show. Yes, very true. If you have the right environment, they'll invite you to great resources. All right. So thank you very much, Karin. Sorry you can't hear me. I don't know.
I can't hear you.
So we're going to move to Linda. But it was very useful because I think it's a nice way of looking at things. Acting, business, and write your own script and follow it. All right, Linda, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Linda Brooks Johnson. I'm a professional life coach here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States.
All right, welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
What would you like to talk about today? What have you brought to the table?
I think it's interesting about mindset. I know with teaching and trying to train and coach in the life coach environment, what I've found in terms of mindset is people will sabotage growth and just reaching certain goals by looking at the short range version of what they are as to where they're trying to go. And oftentimes we have a tendency to not incorporate those things that we know we needed in order to achieve and go farther. And in my industry, what I try to do is take the approach from a spiritual standpoint, because oftentimes I find out when people are trying to set goals and get to another level, they oftentimes leave God out. And that's something that we can't do. If we're going to be anything or do anything, we first have to get within ourselves and find out what is our purpose.
Yeah.
And once we tap into that and understand what our purpose is, then we can go about changing the mindsets that we've set up and achieving those goals and aspirations that we have. And it's a lot much easier pattern.
Right. So Linda, how do you go about it, finding your purpose? That's the never-ending question. People are always interested in how do I do that?
Well, the approach that I take, again, I take the spiritual approach. And what we do, first of all, when we start the sessions, we go into what's called a time of prayer. I ask each client to take some prayer time and really seek God's presence and his purpose for their lives. And oftentimes they'll come back and say, I'm in a job that I really don't think I should be in. I didn't understand why I was unhappy doing what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back to, okay, what are some things that make you feel self-fulfilled? What do you like and find yourself doing that gives you a real zest at life?
Right.
And oftentimes that's where walking into that purpose began. It's always been there. You just didn't. A lot of times, they're chasing the money, or they're chasing a topic. I want to be a manager of this or a director of that. Those things are fine, but if that's not true.
Oops. She disappeared. Karin, can you hear us again?
Yes, now I'm here again. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear you.
Oh.
No.
Okay. All right, you're back. Hey, Linda.
Yes, right. But I wasn't done. I had so many more points.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, Linda, please continue. So what do you do with someone who's not spiritual and who doesn't believe in God?
Well, sad to say, Sabrina, I really, this journey that I'm on was one that God put me in place to be a stewardship of. And I try my best that if I get a client that's not spiritually inclined, I try to introduce them to that because I can't be effective without that. I
Ah,
don't touch anything that is not God inspired
right,
because that's where I get my help from. And I can't be effective with anyone without that.
right. Well, some people call it the universe or some force or spirit or anything that gives them, it doesn't necessarily have to be religious. What's your thought on this?
Well, my practice is it has to be a relationship that one wants to develop with Christ.
Oh,
If it's not that, because I deal with my coaching specifics is drawn toward women and men that's dealing with cancer,
right,
divorcees, and just spiritual coaching, period. So
right.
that's the basis of what I do.
Right. Okay. I see. Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I mean, look, this is your ideal client, and this is who you want to work with. So if someone is
Yeah.
not spiritual or doesn't have the same beliefs, then it's probably not an ideal client for
Well,
you.
I won't say the same beliefs
Or similar.
because it has to be where there is a consciousness that there is a God.
Okay. Well, we don't want
As
to go
long
into
as,
any religious details here on this
yeah,
because this can be a very tricky territory.
exactly.
So let's just put it this way. Everybody has their ideal clients that they get results with and they love working with, and that just happens to be your path.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very, very good. Okay, good. Yeah, Alexandra says the universe, and Kyle says Michael back from the lake. I'm not sure what that is referring to. Yes. So, are there any questions before we wrap this up? Thank you very much for sharing this. It's super helpful. What gives you zest in life? Go there, go in that direction, and that's really going to make a difference. I 100% agree. Anything you want to contribute to that, Andy or Karen or anybody from the audience?
Well, I think that purpose is a very, very powerful word over here. And you can look at it from a spiritual perspective. You can look at it from a mission perspective. You can look at it from a value-based perspective. But it all speaks to the same idea of we are
Mhm.
here in this world to fulfill a purpose or a mission. And
Yes.
usually our gifts and our talents and our strengths are very carefully orchestrated to support our purpose and our mission. And what we find is that when a person is fully awake and alive and aligned and in tune to
Hmm.
what their mission is and who they serve and where they add value and how they can make a difference in the world, it is often when they are using all of themselves, when they are using their talents, their experience, their passions, their skills, their capabilities, when all of them is being really used up in terms of maximizing their potential to fulfill what their calling is in this world.
Yes, very.
And
Thank you.
yeah,
Yes, it all wraps up.
I,
Yes, Karen, would you like to add something?
I, I really believe it
Your
has
audio
to do
is,
with
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear her? Hello?
yeah, I can
Yes.
hear her.
Okay.
yeah, I hear myself with the echo.
It's a little bit like you're on the water.
Wait a minute. Um,
If you have headphones.
can you hear me better?
I hear you perfectly clear.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so I try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I believe since what just heard, I think everything is creative power, and the creator, if you call it God or the universe or whatever, there is a power which is bigger than ourselves, and I think why not use everything what we can use as a support, and I think God can be a support, nature can be a support to contribute or to connect with this power which is bigger than us.
Yeah.
I think it is very helpful to use that and to re-step in this wonderful life and power.
Right.
which we have.
Right. Thank you very much, Cam. We can barely hear you. So sorry. We can barely hear you. All right. Yes. Connect with whatever gives you power. So whatever that is for you, it doesn't really matter. For you, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this up. So since it's Monday, it's August. We're restarting the show. What you focus on expands. By the way, we're going to have another summit on the 13th. Very happy to announce that here. We have the date set, November 13th. We're going to have a summit with the topic shifting the business paradigm. And looking forward to seeing a lot of you on that summit, 6 or 7 hours. So let's wrap this up with what would be your word of the week? What kind of an intention would you like to set for the week? What will be your word? We're going to put this on the screen here. Unless there's some questions, put them in the comments now. And otherwise, we'll wrap it up with the word of the week. If you're in the audience listening, feel free to share it in the comments. I'll put it up on the screen here. Go ahead. Not everybody at once.
I think it is important to investigate and observe where you are and who you want to become.
Okay, one word.
One word. Best version of yourself.
Best version of yourself.
Yeah, best
right. Well, technically, those were 3 words, but I'll. Okay. Best version of yourself. All right. Alexandra says growth. Yes. Powerful word. What about you, Linda?
Purpose.
Say that again?
Purpose.
Purpose. Yes. And what about you, Andi?
I'm going to go with alignment, because I think that all 6 of those levels have to be truly aligned in order to really succeed and move.
Yes. If you take just these words on the screen here and you incorporate them into your week, see what happens. It's going to be amazing. Alignment, purpose, best version of yourself, and growth. Wow, it's going to be a super powerful week. What about anybody else from the audience? Few words. That's good enough. One word, aligned. Okay. So Liliana is going with aligned as well. Any other words? Let me see. What's mine? Mine would be the intention for this week would be fun. I think whatever you do, it has to still be fun. If it's not, for me, it's sometimes not worth the while.
Yeah.
Whatever you do in business, if it stops being fun, then you got to examine. That's just my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle is saying the word of the week is muting. Is this right? I'm not sure I'm going to put that on the screen. Muting, what is that supposed to mean? High impact. Yes. Thank you, Mindy. High impact. All right, we have high impact by Mindy. I'm saying fun, Andi, alignment, Linda, purpose, Karin, best version of yourself, and Alexandra, growth. Put this all together, wrap it up, put a bow on it, and there's your success formula for this week. All right, guys, girls, it's been very nice having you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for contributing.
Thank you so much.
And Karin, it's very, very good having you. Power ladies. Yes, go. So bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next Monday.